Hi sturdy women, hi sturdy friends. I hope you're having a good week. I hope you're feeling good in your body. I've been gone for a few weeks because I've been traveling. I just returned from a work trip in Africa, and sturdy viewers, I want to tell you, yes, we can travel, and yes, there is a whole world out there waiting for us. Today, I want to share my top 5 tips for traveling with lipedema and lymphedema so that you can manage your symptoms and have a safe and comfortable trip. Tip number 1, wear your best, strongest pair of compression, but probably not a brand new pair. Even people without lymphatic or vein problems swell on airplanes. Wear the strongest compression that you have and try to look for one that will cover at least part of your foot. You can always change into a lighter pair once you land, but your swelling is really going to thank you for wearing that strong compression. I'll put a link down below to the CZ Salis leggings that I always wear when I'm traveling. I've learned the hard way not to wear a brand new pair of compression right before getting on a long flight. So many things can go wrong. You do not want something that doesn't fit quite right, that's pinching you or folding or holding you somewhere, and be on that airplane just like praying to please land so that you can peel it off. Because let's be real, we all know no one's changing any compression garments in that airplane restroom. Travel tip number 2, spend more money or spend more time. I approach flying on an airplane pretty much the same way I do working my desk job. Sitting for 2 or 3 hours is generally okay, but if I go longer than that, I'm gonna start to feel it and I'm gonna start to swell. How can I get my feet up? Can I move? Can I stand? Can I do some ankle pumps? Buy yourself that extra leg room. Better yet, if you're going a really long flight like I sometimes do, get that business class seat so that you can lay all the way down and even kick your feet up in the air over your chest if you need to. Yes, the flight attendants might look at you like you're crazy, but trust me, because I've done it, no one's gonna say anything. And I already hear you and I already feel you. Not all of us can afford that, right? If you can't spend more money, spend more time. When you're booking a flight, think about, yes, time-wise, that nonstop flight looks amazing, but could that 6-hour flight instead be 2 shorter 3-hour flights? And then you can use that layover in between to get up, move around, walk, use an actual human-sized restroom, rehydrate, right? It might take you an extra hour to get there, but that layover might give you that opportunity to get up and move that will allow you to arrive feeling good rather than puffy and swollen and exhausted. Travel tip number 3, set yourself up for success. When you travel, there's a lot that you cannot control, but do your best to set yourself up for success. For me, this preparation started several days before I even left when I decided to do a 3-day extended fast. Fasting makes me feel amazing because it clears swelling and inflammation from my body. It also deepens my ketosis, and I really felt like it was gonna level me up right before I went into this kind of uncertain situation. I broke my fast on a Sunday and left the following morning on Monday. Do not break your fast on the day you are traveling. Do not break your fast on the airplane. There's just so many things that can go wrong with your stomach. I have an earlier video on fasting and a fasting playlist that I will link below if you have questions about fasting. Day of travel, I took as much food with me as I could because I knew my flight was more than 20 hours just to get there. Yes, TSA will let you bring food through security as long as there's not a lot of liquid in it. So don't bring something really saucy or soupy. Things that I brought included a bag of like bacon I had cooked the day before, lunch meat, pickles, olives, cheese, if you eat cheese, all of those sorts of things are great to bring on an airplane. To have during my trip, once I arrived, I brought all of my supplements and my favorite collagen powder that I just don't feel right if I don't have in the morning with my coffee. I'll put links to all of that down below, but bringing all of that with, yes, it took extra space in my bag, but it really kept me on that part of my routine and helped me stay feeling good day to day. Are you enjoying this video? Click subscribe to join our community. Then click the little bell and you'll get a notification each time I post new Sturdy Women content. Travel tip number 4, adjust your expectations. A good day or a good routine is going to look different when you're traveling versus when you're at home. Before you even leave for your trip, ask yourself, what things am I willing to compromise and what things are non-negotiable? Make these decisions beforehand so that when you're in that moment, you're not acting out of emotion or boredom or like being tantalized by delicious smells. For me, adjusting expectations meant allowing in some dairy and eggs. You know from my other videos that I have some sensitivity to both of those, and so when I'm at home, I don't eat them. I knew they might give me some swelling, but they weren't going to kick me out of ketosis. Deciding on this compromise allowed me to say yes to a cheese plate and no to cake, rather than saying no to any food whatsoever. Similarly, it allowed me to say yes to an omelet and no to pancakes rather than no to any food, which is really hard when you're not fasting and you're hungry. So before you even leave the house, ask yourself, what is good enough for this trip? Make it realistic, make it something that will allow you to enjoy yourself, and then trust yourself that when you get home, you're going to get right back on track, because you will. Travel tip number 5, Sturdy viewers, have fun. I get it. Traveling is stressful, especially when you have a chronic illness and you manage that with this super alternative lifestyle. But the whole reason I turned my life upside down, and at this point maybe you have too, is to reclaim my health and live my one precious life. When I was diagnosed with lipedema, lymphedema, and venous insufficiency, I thought my life was over. I thought my career was over. So imagine how I felt standing on a rock in the middle of Lake Malawi. Managing lipedema and lymphedema is a lot of work, but you are worth the work. When life invites you to come out and play, say yes. Traveling might be messy and imperfect, but so is life. Even if you come back from your trip a little puffy and swollen, the memories and the soul food will be worth it. What tips do you have for my next trip? Use the comment section below to let me know and share any stories or inspiration or ideas, questions you have with the community. For more about me and how I use conservative treatments to manage my lipedema, lymphedema, and venous insufficiency, head over to sturdywoman.com. I'd love to see you there. Mwah. I'll see you next time.